of the Exco here to start. But does anyone know where the VPs are? Have you guys?
Imam is here. Chama is not here
I'm
yet.
here.
Okay.
I sent a letter of absence, Brandon, for Chama.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Ina?
Ina also she also sent a letter of apology.
Okay. Amina?
Also a letter of apology.
Janice?
Janice, are you here? I didn't see. Yeah, she's here.
Okay.
I didn't see.
4 editors and then the news team.
Jingwei and Shutian sent a letter of apology. I think it's here. Sharon's also here, but I think I saw her name. Yep, so Kanak is not here. So no absence. I will mark that down. Krishna. Omar's here as well. Okay.
He's not here.
Okay.
CNS side, Batu, Shu, JJ, and Agil.
Agil has sent a letter.
Okay.
She was here.
JJ?
Which one? JJ is not here yet. Okay. So I will mark that down. Okay, I will mark the rest when I'll mark their full names. But okay, so let me just tell everyone how today is going to go first. So today we're gonna start off with motions first. But as you may or may not know, we have 3 different motions today, not counting the apology letters one, obviously. But we will be going through the interim appointment of School of Pharmacy, School of IT, and School of Business today. JJ, I see you that you're here. Okay, so, and then for the reports today, we'll start with SOIT and SOE because I believe they're both at their M-Hack event, so they need to hurry up. So we will try to hurry up as possible. So for the interim candidates that are here today, you can take your time, but obviously don't take too long, right? I'll take up to like 10 minutes, for example. But just take the ample amount of time that you need, and we'll have a short Q&A session. And today, how we're going to do the voting is that what we're going to do is we're going to go through all the different sessions first, and then instead of you guys having to leave the Zoom call, I will just put you all into a breakout room while you wait, and then we can, for the office bearers, we will be going through all the votes together. Okay, so before we do that, motion number 1. So the letters will be attached after this MSC, but they're on my drive if you want to take a look. The below office bearers have submitted their apology letters. So Agil, Jingwei, Ina, Shutian, and Amina from SCSS. Motion number 1 accepted by
Kayla.
Thank you, Kayla. Okay. Right. So next we can move on to School of Pharmacy. For School of Pharmacy, thanks, Tom. I think I missed that one out. This motion, all motions are proposed by Clash One. Apologies. Clash One, and I will second as the person who received the motion. I will second that. Okay. Well, I'll write that down. I think we can start. So I believe it's Jeremy and Stephanie. Are you guys here? Yep. Hi. Okay, so you guys are more than welcome to share your screen and present. Let me just give you the permission to do that. Okay, can you guys try sharing your screen?
I'll be the one sharing the screen.
Sure, go ahead.
Yep, it's working. Hold on.
All right.
All right, can you see the screen?
Yes.
Great.
Okay, so I'll start. So hi everyone, I'm Ho Kok Ho, and you can call me Jeremy as well. So here with me is
Stephanie Chia. Yeah.
And we'll be running as the interim representative for School of Pharmacy. And we'll be going through a few agendas today. So it will be introduction, personal skills, our experience, manifestos, and also our contact information. So next slide. So firstly, my introduction. So once again, I'm Ho Kok Ho, but you can call me Jeremy. I'm a year 3 pharmacy student next year in 2023. And next, I will be talking about my personal skills. So I will describe myself as a creative person. I'm able to work in team. I'm sociable and able to work under pressure. And also I show good leadership and time management skills. So next slide, please. So next would be my experience. So I have worked in the secretarial department in different clubs and societies for both of my high school and also college here. As you can see here, which I listed. And also I have experiences in organizing events like leadership camps, orientation camps, and also tournaments. Next slide. So as for my uni years, I've elected myself as the external license officer in Monash University Pharmacy Society, which is called MUFAS. And also I was the head of a corporate relation department for Public Health Campaign 2022. I'm also currently the class representative for my own cohort, and I'm active in several clubs such as MUFAS, Volleyball Club, Kettlebell Club, and also in Manticore. So some of the achievements that I've gained during the year are organizing Public Health Campaign 2022, pharmaceutical industry webinar, World Mental Health Day, and also year-end treat for 2021. I was also a contact person for the third-party pharmaceutical association, which is called MyPSA in the year 2021 and 2022. And also I've experienced working as a sales assistant in Muji, Malaysia as well. So now I'll pass the time to Stephanie.
Thank you, Jeremy, for sharing your very impressive and stacked portfolio. So I hope I can match up to that. Right, to introduce myself, I'm Stephanie Chia, an incoming Year 3 pharmacy student, and I'll be talking about the personal skills that I have that I believe will be essential to take on the role of a School of Pharmacy representative. First and foremost, I believe that I have the teamwork and leadership skills. In addition to that, one of my strong suits is in the aspects of critical thinking, where I have a lot of experience and skills in problem solving. In addition to this, I also have very strong verbal and written communication, which is very important in order to keep an organization running, and is in line with being able to carry out the vision of my philosophy of always striving for continuous improvement. Now I'll be sharing a little bit about my experience, and I'm going to divide this into pharmacy related versus things beyond pharmacy. So in this academic year, I've involved myself in a number of projects. The first one being acting as a project director for the MyPSA Literature Review Workshop, where we saw participants from over 10 universities coming together to learn about literature reviews and also conducting a competition out of that. In addition to this, I'm also active within the School of Pharmacy, having been a past leader for the unit of PHR 1022. I've also been active in the School of Pharmacy's MUSA SOPs initiatives, such as being an orientation student guide, being a mentor in the SOP Mentor-Mentee program, being a facilitator in the SOP Mingle Night, and I've also been involved in other initiatives such as an organizing committee of the Monash Initiate Conference, which was held 2 months ago. And I was also actively involved as a MyPSA Metamorphosis participant, where I was awarded the best participant in phase 1. So what I'm trying to say with my experience here is that this demonstrates that I have the leadership skills and also the communication skills to be able to engage with the team. That is also evidenced by my experiences in academic year 2021, where I have several experiences as a speaker. Beyond pharmacy, I've also taken up other leadership roles, notably in St. John Ambulance, where I'm currently a divisional facilitator and also an assistant secretary for my own division. I've also had other working experience and also high school leadership experience. I think with this breadth and depth of experience, it's safe to say that I have the time management skills and the experience required to take up this position.
So why you should choose us is that we have extensive leadership experience together across diverse area to bring a fresh perspective in our roles as an interim for MUSA SOP. And our vision would be to foster a culture of community across the School of Pharmacy.
And we hope to do this through our mission of connecting and engaging with Monash pharmacy students to strive for professional growth.
Next, we will be covering our manifestos for our tenure. So firstly, we would hope to create networking opportunities. So we wish to connect pharmacy students across batches from both Malaysia and Australia campuses, and hopefully to provide a useful insight on transferring or exchanging to Australia. And also we hope to collaborate with other existing schools as well as club and society in Monash to create networking opportunities with other fields of study.
Next, we're also keen on introducing self-development opportunities to organize educational events in collaboration with external parties to provide more professional growth for students. And I think to tie in the next point, we also want to consider events to help students with well-being and mental health.
And also, we would hope to promote study life balance. We wish to encourage the student to understand the importance of taking time off from studies. As the famous saying goes, all works and no play make Jack a dull boy. Therefore, we wish to continue carrying out interesting and attractive events like the Stress Week, and if possible, organize an orientation or a retreat camp for the student to mingle in, which this ties back to our first manifesto, which is to create networking opportunities.
Indeed. And while it is crucial that we organize activities for the students, we must not forget one of the core roles of being a representative, which is to bridge the gap between the students and faculty by strengthening communication between both parties and hoping to resolve any discrepancies and concerns regarding course matters. So we hope to do this by providing social platforms and anonymous forums where they can voice their concerns.
Next would be professional development. So for this, we hope to have student-run OSCE workshops or competition, which is a simulation of OSCE assessment to provide graduated exposure to improve their performance in their assessment and also in their future practice as a pharmacist. And also this creates an opportunity for the seniors to develop skills in creating OSCE cases, providing feedback to their juniors and acting as a simulated patient. We also hope to have industrial trips, debate, public speaking, or a case competition.
Yeah, so we have introduced a lot of potential initiatives, and ultimately we will need to prioritize what events will be conducted after consulting with our predecessors, with the wider MUSA as well as our faculty. So once this decision has been done, it is vital for us to create a streamlined timeline of the key events so that by setting this expectation up early on in the academic year, we know that our students and future participants will know what to expect, and this will hopefully increase the participation rates. And that is all to wrap it up. Here's where you can find us. And thank you very much.
Thank you for your time.
Okay, thank you, Jeremy and Stephanie. That was a wonderful presentation. So now we'll open the floor to questions. Rashwan?
Yep. So nice to meet you guys. Could I see your resumes one more time? I want to ask both of you a couple questions.
Okay. Since I'm controlling the slides, you can begin with mine first.
All right. So since there are quite a few positions here that you have taken, there must be a lot of experience that you've been able to accumulate. Could you tell me which position has given you the most valuable experience in terms of what you can utilize as a school rep in the coming year? And could you tell me what that experience was?
Sure. Thank you very much for the question, Rashwan. So definitely it's the position as project director of my PSA Literature Review Workshop. I think this was a huge undertaking for myself. It was quite a wide encompassing role that, although I did have previous experience, as you mentioned, I think this is the first time where I was handling an event that will be at a national scale. So what I learned throughout this experience is how to coordinate between a team of, I had 20 subcommittees, how to liaise and communicate with external parties, such as our speakers and judges and our sponsors. And within this experience itself, it was a huge learning curve because I had no idea actually what literature review was. And I think I had to learn very fast, learn on my feet as we were going along. I think that this is one of the key things that will be necessary in order to take up this role. Just having that ability to coordinate a large team and to see through an entire project from start to finish.
All right, thank you so much for your answer. Could I see Jeremy now? Amazing. Jeremy, could you answer basically the same question? Could you just tell me which experience has helped you prepare for the position the most and how?
That will be during my college time. Could you switch back to the previous slide?
Here you go.
Okay, so in college, I was the admin for my NCKL facilitator, which is Methodist College Kuala Lumpur. So during this tenure, I was able to work as a college facilitator alongside with my peers to organize a month-long orientation for the new student that joined our college. So together we helped the school counselor and also the marketing department in education fairs and open days, and help organize a large-scale orientation camp for the students, which the camp is purely organized by the student facilitator instead of the staff in school. So from that, I get to experience how to manage a team by myself and also together with my partner. And from the planning process from head to toe until the execution on that day, on that camp week. So during the camp week, I have no regret on like the planning and all that. It's all go really well, and I have no regret in joining the FASI team for during my college year.
All right, thank you so much. Now, could the both of you tell me the biggest challenge that you are expecting going forward if you were to be given this position? You guys could do one challenge each. So Jeremy could tell me one, whereas Stephanie tells me another. So I just want to get to know you guys a bit better.
Right. Is it all right if I take this question?
Yes, you can go first.
Yeah. We were having a discussion about this earlier, and I think what we believe is it all right if I mention two issues that are highly connected?
That's
First,
completely fine.
Yep. So first one being on the participation rate. So I think that the previous tenure has done an excellent job in the number of activities and the quality of the activities that they've conducted. However, I think that more still can be done to improve this. Of course, coming back from online classes, but we cannot just rely on the fact that this is a new physical event in order to hope for the best of participation rates. I think that this is something that we do need to look into the root causes of and improve from there. And secondly, from this is tying into the, you can say, participation rates in terms of manpower. So moving forwards, I would see one issue we can foresee is about the continuity of the Musa SOP. I think the very fact that both of us here are here today running as interim, instead of his position being filled up earlier, speaks to that. And this is something we hope to address, to begin looking for people, successors to continue the momentum.
All right, thank you so much, Stephanie. I do have more questions, but I think I'll leave it to the other office bearers to ask the remaining questions. Thank you, guys.
Okay, Imam?
Well, thanks, Brandon. So, hello guys, thank you for the wonderful presentation. My question is very simple. Why have you guys decided to run now instead of during the elections? Thank you.
During the election, I wasn't sure that if I can do it because I have other responsibility that I have to take care of. But now I have decided, since I have cleared up my schedule and I've looked through the schedule throughout 2023, I feel like I can run for this.
Similar reasoning for myself. I was previously working as a piano teacher, and honestly speaking, I didn't even find out about it after a while because I was too occupied with that. But having reevaluated my priorities, the reason why I quit teaching piano is because my priorities as a student right now is to maximize my experience as a student in university, as well as my contributions to the wider community, which is why I believe that I have the time and resources to take up this role.
A follow-up question from that. So, if you do get elected, will you guys be planning to run for by-elections to formalize your positions as SOP representatives and perhaps probably running against other candidates if there are people that's contesting for the position of School of Pharmacy?
Yeah, we will hope to continue to run as the school representative for a 2023, and also we will also join the election again in 2023 to compete if there's any competitors that would like to run for the position as well.
Continuity of care, as I would say, is one of our main priorities. So definitely.
Okay, then we'll move on to Irfan's question and then we'll move on. Are you guys able to see what he wrote in the Zoom chat?
Yeah, so I'll just read out the question. So some of your manifestos are highly related to the other school reps of 2023. So do you plan to have any sorts of collaboration with them? And if yes, how are you planning to resolve conflicts that arises, especially your interests and opinion differ from them? Will you be able to give in if the person you're working with is fixed on with their ideas? So I can take this question. So when we are working in a team, it is normal to have different opinions and also different interests, which makes the team more interesting and more diverse to work in. So for me, I'm a very open person. So if there's any different opinions and any ideas that would be like to be brought on during the meeting, it would be best to voice out every different opinion and also to note down every single one of them. If a majority cannot be make a vote on the decision that we are going to do, I would suggest to put a vote on it so that a majority could vote on either choices, and also if possible to combine every ideas if feasible.
Okay. Stephanie, do you have an answer or?
To add on to that, I think when it comes to conflict, first thing I would like to say is to establish a safe environment, because I think once the tension builds up, that is where things can get very shaky and things could go out of hand. So first of all, I will maintain my composure. Then next, I would say that a lot of the times conflict comes about because we are zooming in on something that's too small. So I would take the opportunity to take a step back, take a look at the bigger picture, and bring us back to the idea and the common goals that we are sharing, right? We are working together for a common shared goal. And I think surely there is more solutions. And then, of course, we will proceed with the voting, as Jeremy mentioned earlier. And with the majority, I hope that will be how we resolve the situation.
Okay, thank you both. Well, I think we'll stop the Q&A session here because this is going far over time. If you guys have any other questions, you can feel free to, you guys go to your contact slide, like the one with your number and contact details. If you guys have any more questions, you guys can forward it to Stephanie and Jeremy, respectively. But okay, so Stephanie and Jeremy, I'm gonna open a breakout room and you guys can join and wait. I'll contact Jeremy when the results are out and you guys can join back the main room.
All right.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much.
Okay, I'll stop sharing then. Thank you.
Okay, everyone else don't join, please. But yes, all right, thank you. You guys can join the breakout room. Yes. Okay. Next up is we have. Second, let me check. The interim SOB representative, Kaiwei.
Oh, it's SOIT, right?
SOIT, so sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw wrongly. SOB is Carolyn. Yes. Would you like to share your screen?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Kaiwei. The floor is yours. Go ahead.
Okay. So good day. My name is Kaiwei, and I'm a student in Year 1, Sem 1 of the Bachelor of Computer Science in Data Science. And today, I'll be presenting my case for the position of male representative of the School of IT. To give you a little bit background of who I am, I was the president of my secondary school's robotics club, SMJK Konghua, and during my time in charge there, I was able to lead the team to numerous state, national, and world championship wins, the most notable of which was in 2019 and 2020, when we were able to represent Malaysia in Hungary, Canada, and Panama for the World Robot Olympiad competition. In addition, I was also involved in the organization of many events at my school, and was primarily responsible for creating the opening ceremonies for these events. My manifesto for carrying out the task is as follows: connect, motivate, improve, and career. We are not born geniuses, and learning to code is a learning curve that will be quite intimidating when you first start. So I feel like there's a strong importance of building a good relationship with your peers. In light of this, I will try to concentrate on organizing events that nurture everlasting relationships among the students. This will enable students to not only form meaningful relationships with one another to spice up their university life, but also to have partners to support each other during their assignment bumps. For instance, Hello Coders and Distress Nights are two of the events that will be held that contribute to connecting the students. Aside from that, as students, we will also experience being lost in the university environment, questioning if we made the right choice, or just losing interest in studying in general. So, in order to motivate the students when they are down or uncertain about where and how to apply their knowledge in computer science, I intend to hold engaging competitions connected to our course, such as coding competitions with alluring prizes and also offer IT-related seminars and speeches. To make improvements, one must give criticism a chance to be heard. Hence, as the future rep of SOIT, I will assist the teaching staff in providing feedback from the perspective of the students in the hopes of constructing a better course for all students, because by studying the unit firsthand, students will be able to know what is good and bad that is occurring within the course itself. And to further add, I will also be hosting events that are linked to potential future careers. And by holding career fairs and site visits to renowned IT companies, students can be provided a more comprehensive understanding of the employment opportunity that will be available to them in the future. That will be all for my presentation today. Thank you.
Now I'll open the floor to questions. Rashwan, go ahead. Sorry, I saw someone else raise their hand. You can go after.
Could I see your resume? Because basically the page with the robotic stuff, all that.
Yeah, can.
All right. So could you tell me a bit more about your experience in 2021?
2021. Well, 2021 I was in college necessarily, and I didn't really join anything in my college, which is Murphy, because I had a kind of bit of a burnout from actually managing my whole club, because essentially in secondary school, robotics club was my roots and where I came from, and I really paid a lot of attention to it. Yeah.
Okay. So given that currently you're in your first sem, right? So next year you'd be in your second sem?
First year, second sem.
I mean, first year, second sem, right? What are some of the challenges you're expecting since you're still quite new?
The challenges. Well, one of the challenges for now is like the one that I can think of is like I don't have a female rep, but I already have some of an idea on how to counteract this, which is to reorganize how my predecessor allocated the subcommittees, which I will increase my number of secretaries from 1 to 2, which they will help me to manage the activities in my faculty more effectively and free up my time to concentrate more on Musa-related activities. And then to run even better events for the students, I will also create a new position called the Head of Events and Publicity, which will help me in overseeing the organization and advertisement of my events.
Okay. So given that Musa already has a publicity department, and sometimes when you have too many subcoms, it's hard to utilize them all and lead them all. Could you tell me a bit more about how you're going to ensure that all of your subcommittee members are being properly utilized, and are there for positions that are necessary?
Well, technically, I'm not increasing the number of subcommittees. I'm just last year, in this current term, the subcommittees count were like 5 events and 5 publicities for my for the subcommittees of SYT. So I'm decreasing them each to 4 each, and the extra 2 roles will be used for the secretaries and head of events and publicity. So the head of events and publicity for my subcom will be tasked to oversee or aid me in managing the events and publicity subcommittees, and the 2 secretary, one will be tasked to outside of the school activities, and one will be inner. So one outer and one inner, for the secretary. And there will be one more, which is the treasurer.
Okay, that's great. It would also be really great if your publicity subcom could liaise directly with Musa Publicity as well, so that you're able to fully publicize your events to the full extent, because it would help a lot to collaborate with Musa Publicity, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you so much for your answers. They were very detailed.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Ashwan. Does anyone else have a question for Kaiwei? I think I saw another hand just now. Dom?
Okay. Can I know what is the extent of your leadership experience in part of leading a team? From I see the resume, right? Yeah, a lot of your
Yeah.
experience is in personal achievements in competitions and also achievement in prestasi, your personal ability lah. So can I know what is the extent of your leadership experience as well?
Yeah, okay. So actually, the robotics club has two elements. One is we focus on competitions, which is a group competition, and in a group setting, technically, I have to lead a group to achieve the results. And secondly, we also have to every week we have like mini classes that I have to host and to teach the existing students about how each class is like sort of like a mini tuition class for each student. And then thirdly, there's also like inner events that happens in my middle secondary school, which I'll be mostly tasked on creating and doing open ceremonies. The notable one are like for many other clubs. So if there's any, and earning some side income for my club as well. And for each of the competition, there's actually a big group. It's not an individual competition, which is actually it's a group of 3. And for each year, still have to lead them, to get the results.
Okay, thanks for the answer. Jasper?
Okay, Jasper.
All right. Hi, Kaiwei. Really admire your confidence and decision in running for the SOIT rep position, despite it being your year 1 someone. Knowing that you have barely like a year's experience in Monash, just wanted to know what plans do you have to best represent your student community with all the years? So yeah.
Firstly, I will take what Min Hao and Ellie did during my term and preserve them. And then I will also add on, since they actually, in my opinion, they did a very, very splendid job, and it's quite a big shoot for me to fill. But I will try to uphold my promise to them. And I believe with actually I knew Min Hao way before I joined Monash, and then he somewhat let me in on his insight on how things work. And I'm certain with his guidance, I will be able to run my department as well as him and Ellie did during their term. And secondly, I will also try to add a few more events for the students that will expose them to future careers and maybe spark some interest in some of the later years as they can put their knowledge into use. And one of these few events is Startup Com, which is in collaboration with a Singapore company called Ignite. This competition will allow students to develop their own startups and compete with one another. And the winners will be given an opportunity to secure real investors to fund their startups, enabling them to become a reality.
All right. Sounds exciting. All the best.
Thank you.
Okay. Does anyone have any more questions? If not, you're more than welcome to send it to. Oh, that's a real number, right? Can't we? Oh no, because the first time I see someone write it in that format. That's why.
And it's actually missing 012, and then only 2157158.
Okay, that's the missing number. Okay, no worries. All right, but for now, Kaiwei, I think you can also join the breakout room, and then we'll move on to the last presentation. And I'll call when you see everyone. I will send a broadcast message to the breakout room to let you guys know to leave. Okay.
Okay, thank you. All
right. And now we can head over to our final presentation from Carolyn. Carolyn is running for interim School of Business representative. The floor is yours, Carolyn.
Okay, can everyone see my screen?
Yes, we can.
All right, thank you. So good evening, everyone. My name is Carolyn Jong-Yuta, and I'm here before you today to run for the role of School of Business interim female representative. So before I actually talk about my initiatives, I'd like to first do a brief introduction about myself. I am a year 2, semester 2 student, soon to be a 3rd year student, hailing from Yangon, Myanmar. So I am currently pursuing a major in strategic marketing while double minoring in banking and financial management, as well as international business management. So I would describe myself as an extrovert and people person. And because I've been heavily involved in various clubs and communities my entire life, I am also a firm believer of giving back to the community that has fostered and supported me, which is why I began my first steps in serving my community through my role in the 2022 SOB subcommittee as the operations officer. So I am well acquainted with the School of Business department, given that I was part of the SOB subcom as an operations officer, where I planned, coordinated, and executed events for the SOB cohort alongside my operations members and led events such as the mentorship program and SOB Mingle Night. So as such, I have also experience in organizing events that are directly catered to business students. I'm also experienced in emceeing events with large audiences, such as when I co-emceed for the Semester 2 Mingle Night and was the moderator for NBC's collaboration with Zeus Coffee. However, my role during my time in the SOB subcom was not solely limited to only event planning. I was also heavily involved in assisting the female rep with sales, distribution, and logistics of the 2022 SOB merch, where we saw over 150 orders. Moreover, I have also been heavily involved in various clubs and communities my entire life, academic life. So I am currently the Activities Assistant Director for NBC, which is the Monash Business Club, where my main duties consist of liaising with third parties for NBC-related events. I was also head girl in my high school and the captain and coach of the Model United Nations team, where I refined my leadership and public speaking skills. So the role of a school rep is a heavy duty, which requires the ability to be able to handle many commitments, and at which it gives me an extra edge from my various roles and commitments from my extracurriculars. So because of this, alongside my previous roles as an intern, I have learned how to be adaptable and flexible when working, especially in times when unexpected situations may occur. So having facilitated close working relationships with both the SOB reps and having seen how the department is being run by my predecessors, this gives me an advantage were I to be elected as interim, as this prior experience would ease the depth of the steep learning curve of being an SOB rep. So, and as such, the subcommittee has given me new ideas and initiatives for the betterment of SOB to make use of its potential. And which is why I will be moving on to my personal and shared initiatives that I have with Irfan. So firstly, more streamlined and transparent communication. Given that as reps, we are the middleman that relays information to both the SOB admins and to the SOB students, it is crucial that the information that we relay is as efficient and as transparent as possible, with the well-being of SOB students being the highest priority. So I believe that we can continue to bridge the gap between the faculty and students through a continuation of the united relay of SOB course-related updates or just new updates in general across all platforms such as Discord, Telegram, and Instagram, with a specific emphasis on Instagram as it is the main point of contact and go-to for the SOB students. So currently, information such as course enrollment for capstone units on the Instagram page is in the form of posts, which has proven to be very useful. But however, because posts are always being created constantly over time, such valuable posts may be lost in the sea of the feed, of the Instagram feed. So which is why I propose that a story highlight containing links to these posts or just separate stories containing these information be created for easier access for the students. So the Musa Factbus page has highlights pertaining to the specific major and year rep questions and internships, but not a general Bachelor of Business and Commerce related course highlight yet. So I would like to add a general course highlight for SOB students to refer to whenever they have questions, in addition to asking directly through DMs. So my second initiative, in line with Irfan's, is to have more academic and educational events. So during the academic year of 2022, SOB did not have as many academic events due to the main academic flagship event, the Youth Startup Bootcamp, being taken over by EI Hub. So I believe that in 2023, we can implement more educational events through collaborations with business-centric clubs like MEFC or MUIG, due to there being more manpower and a combination of resources, which can lead to the best events being executed. So this will give SOB students a chance to broaden their business knowledge, as well as to gain industry-related insights from established people and career people, as well as to brush up on their soft skills and hard skills. And while preparing for the budget proposal, Irfan and I came up with the idea of an SOB-centric event called SOB Hears, although it is still very much in the works, which is an academic event where students have a one-stop face-to-face event to talk about any concerns that they might have. So it would be a mix of both academic and recreational events, as students would be encouraged to mingle and refreshments would be provided as well. Which brings me to my next point, which would be, of course, only academic events would be dull for everyone involved, as recreational events are also needed to enhance not only academic, but overall university satisfaction as well, so students can develop into well-rounded persons. This can be achieved through events such as game night, where students will mingle with other business students and have a chance to unwind and de-stress, and also have fun while relaxing. And we were also thinking of having collaborations with other schools so that the respective students can have fun while making new friends, which would be another great opportunity for networking. Finally, for my last initiative, I would like to foster a sense of SOB spirit and community. As a team working together to serve the SOB community, it is crucial that the team works seamlessly together, especially considering its large size, consisting of treasurer, secretary, operations, and publicity members, as well as the 12 major and year representatives. And given the fact that SOB is one of the largest schools in Monash, so by having a team that works for the highest good of the SOB cohort, we can work together to ensure that the SOB students get the best and get the most out of the time here at Monash. Thank you for listening, and thank you for any questions you might have.
Okay, thank you, Carolyn, for a very in-depth presentation. So we have some questions from the floor. We'll start with Kayla this time. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Caroline, how do you think your past experiences can add value to Musa 2023 that has not yet been there?
Thank you. From my past experiences where I was not only part of the SOB subcom, but I was also part of other clubs, I believe that my ideas and initiatives, they can bring a fresh outlook to the team. Because having already experienced what Sean and Leah have done, I can see how they do and adapt well to it. But at the same time, while making sure that my ideas and new ideas, along with Irfan's and the ideas of the subcom, we can make sure that Musa SOB operates to the best and to the most efficiently. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Rashwan.
Yeah, so Carolyn, since you already have some experience in SOB, could you tell me from your perspective what are some of the improvements that could be brought to the department next year?
Definitely. So as mentioned in my manifesto, I believe that we should have more academic events because we did have a good mix of recreational events, but it is also crucial that we equip SOB students with the skills that they need in order to become like business people and whatever respective fields they are. So I believe that that would be one of the changes that should be implemented. And as for the second, I believe that we should re-implement the SSLC feedback form, because although people already directly go to the major year reps and to the representatives themselves when they have a question, having the SSLC form would be a chance for them to properly document whatever concerns that they might have. So in addition, if they were not wanting to talk to the reps themselves, they could give them another option to directly relay their concerns. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Carolyn.
We'll go in the order that I've written in the chat box. SYT and SOE, I'm not sure who's asking though.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm Minha from SYT here. So I've seen you've liaised with vendors and also third parties, along with also working as a subcommittee to serve the students. So since you'll be taking up this role, right, you're potentially taking up this role as an SOB rep, and part of the school rep's responsibilities is to liaise with management and also with students, and like you mentioned, being the bridge between both of these parties. So I would like to ask, because we can clearly understand that students have their own set of requirements and also demands. However, management has also their own set of unwritten rules to abide to, and also their own set of requirements. So in the scenario where there comes a very, I wouldn't say sensitive, but a more controversial issue in which both parties have different opinions or different demands towards this issue, how will you ensure that both these parties or let's say like your decision or your opinion towards this issue can to a certain extent satisfy both parties. I said communication is one, but I would like something a bit more practical in a sense. Thank you.
Thank you, Minha, for your question. So first of all, what I would do is to ensure that I remain as unbiased and as neutral as possible, because as the middleman, as I mentioned, you cannot be swayed by any sort of decisions from either side. You have to make sure to come to a decision that benefits the greater good for everyone involved. So first of all, what I would do is to take an unbiased stance and remain neutral despite being a student myself. And second of all, I believe that there is no conflict that cannot be overcome, because conflict can actually lead to greater ideas in the future. So like, especially, of course, communication is vital, but by fully hearing out the management side, by understanding what they want, as well as understanding what the students want, and working together with not only the other male rep, but as well as all the subcommittees and the major year representatives, and having everyone's input, I believe that we can make firm decisions and not be clouded by any emotions or any judgment, to make sure that everything is for the best, for the betterment of Monash itself. I hope that answers your question.
All right. Thank you, Caroline. I think Tom has a follow-up to this.
Yeah, actually, I wanted to point out something to your answer just now. I think it was a very well-rounded answer for someone in your position. However, I would like to point out a couple of things. Is that, first of all, you mentioned you wanted to find a win-win situation. That is very admirable. I highly encourage that you continue down that line of thinking. That is the best possible solution you can come up for us, for students and for staff. But the other thing that I want to point out is, the 14 school reps are their purpose is to cater towards the student population, not towards the staff. The staff is not your primary consideration, but the students are. So in the case where you have to make a decision that will impact both students and staff, you have to make the decision on behalf of the students and not primarily the staff. So you need to take that into consideration. So if anything, right, that's for all the other 7 schools, your representatives as well. Just take that into consideration, that this is something that you need to consider when you want to make decisions. You can cooperate with management to the extent that it benefits the students. If management stance no longer benefits the students, then it is your responsibility to campaign on behalf of the students for action to be taken to remedy that. Okay, just pointing that out.
Thank you, Dominic.
Okay. I think Natalia, I think you have the last question then.
Yes. All right, Carolyn. So you've been in our team for quite some time. So could you like briefly run through all of the committees that the SOB reps are to be involved in? Thank you.
All right, thank you, Leah. So first of all, it's a given that we are SOB reps are involved in the Monash Student Council, MSC, and then they're also involved in the Educational Affairs Committee, EAC, alongside with the vice presidents. And then there's also the Disciplinary Hearing Committee and the SSLC Committee. And the last one, I know the rules, but unfortunately, I'm a bit bad at remembering names, but it's where you go to where students, if they were to fail their core units more than once, or they would have to go before a board of professors and be evaluated. But I just forgot the name, but yes, I'm aware of the functions.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Natalia. Arsha, I'm not sure if you had a question, but if you do, you can just forward it to her after, if possible, or you can ask in DMs and we can answer you. But I think for now we'll have to move on because some departments are in a rush for time. So we'll have to move on for now. Okay, so hopefully you guys have received ample amount of time to think about your vote. So as usual, we'll be starting off with vice presidents. I'll give you guys an extra minute or two to decide, and then we'll get straight to voting. And Carol, you can move to the breakout room. Sorry. I will send a broadcast message when you guys can come back. Okay. All right, then we will start now. Okay, so beginning first with motion number 2, which is for School of Farming Representative with Jeremy and Stephanie. Vice President.
Or
Treasurers. Treasurers.
Can you give us some time to?
Yes, we can. CNS.
4.
Activities,
4.
publicity officers,
4.
welfare officers,
4.
women's officers.
4.
Okay. Arts and social science,
4.
school of business. Both of you are here, right?
4.
Okay.
4.
Thank you. School of engineering. You guys can DM me if.
4.
Okay, thank you guys. School of IT.
4.
Thank you. School of medicine and health sciences.
4.
Thank you. Oh, yeah. School of pharmacy.
4.
Thank you, James and Janice. Yes. Okay. School of science. Okay, I see your vote. Thank you. Treasurers, are you ready to vote?
Yes, 4.
Okay, thank you. All right. So with that being said, for motion number 2 for election of interim school pharmacy representatives, the motion is passed unanimously. I will announce the results later on when they return to when we return here. Okay, so moving on for school of IT representative, interim school of IT representative, we had Yi Kai Wei, vice presidents,
4.
treasurers,
4.
CNS,
4.
activities,
Sorry,
4.
4.
yes, okay, yeah, publicity,
4.
welfare officers,
4.
women's officers,
4.
arts and social science,
4.
school of business,
4.
school of engineering, and school of IT.
4.
You guys are all together, right? Okay.
Yes.
Let's right. I see. Sorry for the delay, guys. School of medicine and health sciences.
4.
Gloria. School of pharmacy.
4.
Thank you, James. School of science.
4.
Thank you. Okay. With that being said, the third motion for election of interim representative Yi Kai Wei is also passed unanimously, and we will move on to the final one for interim school of business representative Carolyn, vice presidents,
4.
treasurers,
4.
CNS.
4.
Okay, activities.
4.
Okay, publicity,
4.
welfare officers,
4.
women's officers,
4.
arts and social science. If Naim's not here, we can move on to School of Business first.
4.
Thank you. School of Engineering and IT. Are they here? School of Engineering, IT. Okay, I see you guys. Okay, don't all speak at once. I hear you guys. Please. Oh my goodness. Naim, are you here?
Yeah, sorry, connection a bit bad. 4.
Okay, thank you. Maria?
4.
Vice Pharmacy, yeah. School of Pharmacy. And School of Science.
4.
Okay. All right. James, are you here?
Yep, 4.
All right, thank you. All right, with that being said, motion number 4 for School of Business, election of Carolyn as the interim School of Business representative is also unanimously passed. So with that, I will close the breakout rooms and we can give the candidates a nice congratulations. And while they're coming back, we will go with SOIT, SOE, and then activities because all 3 departments have because they will need to leave urgently for other matters. So sorry for taking so long, guys, but yes. Okay, let's wait for them to come back. SOIT, yeah, SOE, I'm so sorry we ran over time. Hopefully it's okay because I know you have some the event.
Yeah. No worries. Okay.
Wait, hold on. Are they back? Oh, wait, are you guys here? Stephanie,
Hello.
Sharon.
Yeah, we're just kumpuling for a short while.
Okay, hold on. Oh, you guys are all here. Okay, great. So hi guys, welcome back. Welcome back, Jeremy, Stephanie, Carolyn, and Kaiwei. Thanks again for your time. So I'm happy to announce that all 4 of you have been elected unanimously as the interim representatives for your respective departments. So on behalf of MUSA 2022 and 2023, congratulations. And we hope that you will serve MUSA well until by-elections, which, as a reminder, you guys will have to go for re-election again during by-election period if you choose to do so. And yeah, I guess Rashwan, you can be in contact with them anytime you want. And the predecessors, please shadow them accordingly. Okay, so moving on, SOIT, the floor is yours. You can go ahead and share your screen and get started as soon as possible. SOIT, Minha, are you going to share screen or?
I need someone to share.
Okay, can.
Yeah.
I will share for you. Oh yeah.
So sorry, you all don't get to see our handsome faces and pretty faces.
All good.
So you'll see. Okay. Alright.
See. Okay, go ahead.
All right, thank you. All right. So this is a School of Information Technology Representatives Report. This time is short, very, very short. We have a few agendas. So the first thing is about MDAS. So as you guys may know, SYT and Engineering, we have successfully touched down to Johor yesterday to set up. And then today we've been going through all the rehearsals and everything of the sort. And tomorrow we will officially execute our main event, which we have planned for almost a year. And yeah, then the next thing is about the Ignite Asia and MUSA partnership. So the MOU has just been fully signed and sealed a few days back. And right now we are in the midst of organizing the Singapore trip that is within this MOU. And then for next year, as what Kaiwei said, we'll be having our startup incubator run. They'll last for about a semester-ish. And then lastly, for our SOIT t-shirt round 2, I'm still pending quotation. Eddie is working very hard on this. And then once you get the quotation, we will proceed with our purchase order and then everyone will get their free shirts. Yay! Okay, so with that said, any final questions? No questions from the floor. If that's the case, all right. Motion number 16,
Natalia.
information. I haven't even say finish, man.
Hey, you know what's
Okay.
All right.
Okay,
Yes,
I'll just
Joey.
formally say this. Acceptance of School of Information Technology Representative Report accepted by Natalia. Thank you.
Thank you, Minhao. Okay.
Pass it to
Engineering, yeah.
Okay, hi, I'm Suren. Okay, so the US program for 2022 has officially been concluded and the committee has retired gratefully, and the committee retirement video for the year reps would be is still under progress, and we will probably post it sometime, this or next month. And currently we are executing M-Tech event at Johor. Q what Ming Hao said just now, everything is the same. Yeah, so acceptance of School of Engineering representative report. Sorry, Ming Hao is like right beside me and he's yelling super loudly.
All right, thanks guys. Thanks for the update and good luck for your event, guys. Really great to hear that you're in Johor. So best of luck. Let us know how it goes next MSC. Yes, don't forget, guys, we have one more. And okay, then we'll move on to activities. Sorry, let me find here. Yes. Nirain, I believe, right?
Yes. All right. Okay.
Go
So,
ahead.
hi guys. Okay. So, sorry, Brian, can you go up just a smidge? Yeah, thank you. Okay. So, our report just to inform you guys. So, as most of you know that attended, Monash Ball just happened over the weekend. So it's held on 20th, started at 5:30, ended at 11 p.m. at Dorset Grand Subang. The theme was Iridescence. The activities team was at the venue at 10 a.m. on the day off to make sure everything went smoothly. Slight delays because the night before there was a viewing party by Pakatan Harapan in the same hall. So that pushed things back about an hour or so. So they had to clear out their stuff before we could continue. We hired the events company Marshall and Backline, which is the same company MCN used and the same company we use for Monash Got Talent, to ensure that everything, all the light and sound systems were top notch and stuff like that. Sound machine, smoke machines and stuff, to make the atmosphere really vibey and stuff. This kind of thing pretty much went according to plan. Brandon, can you scroll a bit more? Thank you. Sorry. Okay, so ticket collection went pretty smoothly. This on the days that were stipulated in the email, we had a collection of over 250 people. The remainder all collected it on the day itself. On the day itself, we had 2 people at the counter with a third on standby in the event of a large crowd. Registration also went pretty well. There were a few students that had lost or forgotten their tickets. So for those people, they just were not able to participate in a lucky draw. But other than that, they were able to benefit from all the other amenities. Photo booth and ice cream bar were a huge hit. The photo booth closed at 7:30 to ensure the crowd of students entered the hall by such time, as we needed the program to go according to plan. Ice cream bar stayed until 11 p.m., but the free ice cream, they were all claimed up long before that. Table arrangement was a free seating system to accommodate for the students to ensure they arrive early and secure a good spot for themselves. We did have a few tables reserved for performance helpers and the team. Other than that, everything else was up for grabs. The dinner went very well, I must say. We went with the Oriental cuisine. So during the food tasting the week prior, we made sure that there were 5 vegetarian options to accommodate for our students with these needs. So we had the appetizer, which I don't remember eating the appetizer, so I don't know. But the soup was vegetarian as well. It was like we substituted like the crab meat for some soy-based thing. Well, the vegetable was vegetarian. The fried rice was also vegetarian, and the dessert was also vegetarian. Students were pretty happy with the food. I did not hear any complaints. Even the waiters reported there was not much wastage, so this went pretty well. Performances were exceptional by Monash Music Club, to Cover, and Monash Street Art Society. They really got the crowd going. There's a slight malfunction on the microphone during 2 Covers performance, but we resolved that pretty quickly after. The lucky draws went accordingly. However, we didn't anticipate some students not remain in their seats all the time, which resulted in some of them losing their prizes to someone else. Best dress was selected by an Instagram story by tagging Musa official page, as well as with the hashtag Monash Ball 2022. 2 winners were selected, and for the first time, it was 2 females, as their outfits matched the theme perfectly. One of them was Jingwei, for those of you that didn't attend. The Monash Duo Initiative. This is something that we decided to implement this year in an attempt to promote inclusivity. So this was achieved by not having any gender-specific award. So whilst the winners were a male and female, Rashwan and Caroline, congratulations. We did receive submissions of 2 female nominations, which marks a huge step in obviously Monash history, because before this has just been prom king, prom queen, and I don't believe, if I recall correctly, even Monash Australia has not done this yet. So this is a big day for us all. All in all, the event was very successful. We sold out all of our tickets and had an attendance of 475 people. We're extremely proud to say that, to be the ones, that brought back Monash Malaysia's event of the year, and we can't wait to see what Musa 2023 has in store for us. After the event, we stayed back to help clean up and ensure all the students had cleared the hall. Hotel management started setting up with their next event. Within a span of 2 hours, everything was cleared out in the hall, and all my team left within sorry. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, the team left by 3 a.m. A feedback forum was sent out this morning to gather some opinions, which will be put towards the 2023 ball. Alpha, I see you put your hand up.
Okay, hi Nirin. First of all, thank you so much for your presentation. So you mentioned earlier on point 7.1.7 that students are happy with the foods. May I know how accurate is this? As we know that the student feedback form has just been released by earlier today, right? So
from word of mouth, and from word of mouth.
All right then, thank you.
Yeah. Do you have anything else? Do you have stuff that suggests otherwise?
If not, does anyone else have any more questions about Monash Ball? For everyone who attended, you can also fill out the feedback form. I think it's an anonymous form, right? Because I haven't checked it out. Right?
Yeah, we're collecting email addresses because we.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see. Okay, I see. All right. If there are no more questions, then we can do the honors, right?
All right. Motion number 8, acceptance of activity chairperson's report, accepted by
Rashwan.
All right. Thank you, Rashwan. Sorry, Jasper. Okay.
Okay. Thank
guys.
you, Nirin. I know
All right.
you're busy right now. So, all right. Thank you. Alpha, if you have any more questions, you can always take this offline. Okay. Then, with that being said, I think we can move all the way back to the start. because now we can proceed with our normal schedule. So presidents, Dom, are you here?
Yeah, give me a moment.
Are you okay with sharing screen yourself or?
I can share for mine, but after that I have to stop sharing.
Okay.
Okay, let me put this to 125. Can see it, huh?
Yep.
Okay, so presence report. Today is the 24th of November 2022. Handover for Musa 2022 to 2023. I would like to remind all the office bearers from 2022 to properly conduct your handover to the 2023 successors, including a list of responsibilities and any documents used by 2022 by the deadline of the third week of December, so that everything can be proceeded smoothly and we can double check if there is anything else that missed out. General Secretary's Department will be responsible for releasing the end of term responsibilities form, while Musa 2022 and 2023 presidents will arrange for virtual meetups with all the 2023 office bearers to ascertain and confirm that all responsibilities have been passed successfully. Okay, that's the first item. The second one is the cancellation of a certain meeting that will be held tomorrow. Professor Sharon Pickering was supposed to journey to Malaysia and meet several Musa 2022 and 2023 representatives from the Welfare Affairs Community, heads and executive committee. She's not able to make the journey because she suddenly fell ill, and hence the physical meeting to be held tomorrow will be cancelled. This one, Rashwan and team, please take note as well. This affects you guys. So there is no meeting tomorrow. This applies to welfare, women's, other departments that would have been participating otherwise. There is going to be a change in our student life liaison. As of 14 December, Ms. Rachel Anthony will no longer be assigned to work with Musa because she is transferring to another unit. Ms. Ming Hui will take over her duties in Rachel's absence until a suitable replacement is hired by Student Life. This is meant to be a temporary arrangement only, but it will most likely be for a period of at least a quarter of your term until a new substitute is hired. And then, with regard to office keys, I would like to remind all the 2022 office bearers to turn in your key before the end of the year, especially for those traveling in the coming month and for those who are already leaving. In addition, Musa 2022 will be required to clean up the offices used during the 2022 term, so a clean slate can be handed over to Musa 2023. Office keys will be collected and go through a handover process with Minghui and Serena. So this one, take note, guys. I would like all the keys to be returned before the end of the year. If you have already traveled overseas, I would like to be informed ASAP so that we can make alternate arrangements. As it stands, you will not receive your certificate until the key has been returned. Okay. Next is regarding office hardware. I have met with the directors of Student Life, Sawin, and Campus Infrastructure, Casey Tan, to discuss the next steps required for upgrading computer hardware. FM has confirmed the commitment from ITS and FM to provide Musa with 24 new desktops, Dell and HP, and 10 additional monitors. The delivery date for the hardware will depend on the global chip shortage and the delivery from the manufacturer. So take note, these are completely brand new. The specs are something like 8 gigs, 256 GB SSD, i5 core. So this one, just take note for Musa 23, you guys will probably receive it towards either the middle of the year or towards the third quarter of next year. This one depending on how soon the manufacturer can return with the order. Okay, next is the print credit. ITS has been engaged to resolve a conflict in our print credit allocation for Musa office bearers and the role accounts. Currently, if you guys did not know, we actually have 3 different print credit allocation. One is as a student, when you go to the library printer and print things, you tap your student ID, you have a number of printing credits there. That one you top up yourself. The second is as your Musa office bearer role account allocated, right? Say Musa.vice president. That one has a username. You key in your username manually, and then you also have an allocation of print credit. And the third one actually that we only found out recently is that each Musa office bearer, if you log into the computers in the office with your own the same account that you would log into the computers in the library, you actually have access to an additional third pool of print credit that is not supposed to actually exist. So they were supposed to rectify this so that only you can only access it as a student in the library and a student using the role account that will be linked to your student ID card. So in the future, when Musa 2023 will be printing things, right, you can actually tap the card and then it will be linked to, say, vice president's email or treasurer's email, and it will deduct straight from there. So that one I'm waiting updates from ITS for further updates for the situation. Anyone want to ask questions now before I move on?
Actually, I have a quick question.
Yes.
I didn't. Is the email goes to my GenSec email, is it?
Sorry, which one?
Like the Asana one, because I remember you told me yesterday, but I'm not really sure how it works.
Okay, so this one, if there's no questions first, I'll go on to Asana and then I'll address your question after that.
Okay.
Okay. So first of all, for Asana accounts, the university has transitioned over to using Asana as the communication and collaborative platform since about 2021. So there's an initial list of Asana license provided to Musa accounts, namely for welfare, IT, engineering, and vice presidents, because these office bearers were previously part of campus level committees. So that's what our speculation is, and we have no further confirmation. But moving forward, licenses have been reallocated to president, vice president, general secretary, and treasurer. And for 2 new licenses for the heads of MUIS and CNS. This one is because all 6 of these positions require the license to work directly with staff on certain matters. A lot of university processes have shifted online to Asana already. So with regards to your question, Brendan, so for treasurers and general secretary, there were no previously existing Asana accounts. The license has been allocated to that email address, but you have not created your account, so you cannot yet use the account. Does that make sense? So I should have sent you a verification email already. You just need to verify and then create that account. The name needs to be general secretary and not year specific, and then you can use the account.
Okay.
So in the future, all the processes, for example, vendor registration or advance payment, how to submit the permit to work for stage setups and all, will require access to Asana, and only these 6 accounts will have access to Asana to submit. So outside of the respective jurisdiction and priority areas for your responsibilities, like for example, president and treasurer be focusing on finances, VPs and GenSec will be focusing on submitting any forms required for all of the other departments, excluding CNS and MUIS. Okay, so this one activities will need to take note as well. And in addition, if any other department has any events that require like stage setup or anything that requires vendors to come in and set up things, right? That one requires a permit to work, and that one also requires a submission by someone who has an Asana license. Okay, yeah. If that's all, then I'm gonna move on to the next one. Last item already, the review of university processes. So in the same meeting that was held between myself, the directors of Student Life, Sawin, Finance and Procurement, Ms. Jody, and Campus Infrastructure, Casey Tan, we have agreed to undergo a review for certain processes that have made our life so annoying so far. So there's a link provided there to the document that they have been using to compile tasks. So it will go out on Asana soon. But until then, this is basically a summary. Okay, a consensus was reached to review the following issues. First of all is the EMS system, to resolve the bugs and update the system to match the latest processes. A lot of things, for example, parking is no longer offered through the system, and for event venue support and equipment, that list is no longer updated. Stuff like that, in addition to any bugs you might encounter, if there's like error 500, or you need to resolve the issue by clearing your cookies or cannot access the system at all. ITS will be looking into all these issues, but will require detailed feedback from anyone who is facing these issues. Second thing is access to staff intranet. They are to decide if Musa can be allowed to submit our own IT requests. Currently, the arrangement is that staff must submit on our behalf, yet at the same time, they are advising us to submit ourselves. So it's in a convoluted discussion that needs to be resolved. But some trivia for you guys is actually we can access the staff intranet, but through a roundabout way. Okay, and then delegation of role inboxes. This one, if you guys are not clear what this means, it basically means delegation of your office bearer email, and that inbox, we call that an inbox, role inbox. For example, Musa.president, Musa.treasurer, Musa.gensec. The delegation will be decided on how to conduct in an easier manner in the future, because outside of the 52 office bearers who are delegated inboxes, there are also additional couple hundreds of people who are allocated that through in the clubs and society. So Student Life will discuss with ITS on how to better do that. As for procurement and finance processing and guidelines, we are to obtain the guides that will make it easier for Musa office bearers to understand the Monash corporate finance process before we can start deciding how to collect the documents and file our funds requests. As for Scout system, for those of you that are not aware, Scout system is what the university uses to report any hazards or breakages of furniture or whatever, or even the simple requests like cleaning the floor or changing the light bulb. This is the system that the university uses that we have not had access to. KC has agreed to look into how to provide access to Musa for using the Scout system to report and request assistance from facilities. This one with welfare, Jasper and Ina take note, as well as next year's president and vice presidents Raj, Kirara, and Rashwan. This one is under you guys to maintain and execute if needed. Parking arrangement for guests as well. I have asked Selwyn to look into how they arrange for parking for guests for student events. So in the future, currently how it's done is that staff is required to submit a Asana form on parking arrangements as well. So in the future, we are looking into having Musa submitting the form ourselves as well, but that remains to be seen on how they decide things. And the very last one is for contact persons for each business unit. The term business unit is to describe all the departments in Monash. Examples would be, for example, marketing, student life, counseling and wellness. Each of the schools, all of them are called business units. So this one is we have asked for student life to reach out to all the business units to decide who is the PIC for communication regarding anything at all, so that once we have that, we can actually have a very dedicated PIC to talk to in the event that we need to reach out to any department. Okay, that was a mouthful. Any questions, guys? Because it was quite a lot.
No questions, all good.
Okay, 2023 is no question. If no question, then I will move on now. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Acceptance of presence report accepted by
Rashwan.
I heard Rashwan. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, next person.
Imam.
Okay, wait a moment. Can you guys hear me and see my screen? Hello? Can you guys hear me?
Yep, can.
Okay. But the first is the scheduling period for Musa 2023 vice presidents. So the scheduling period for the Musa 2023 vice presidents has ensued right after the Musa elections. We have been working closely with planning and that's to EAC meeting for this year, the last one. It will be held very, very soon, right before campus education committee meeting that will be happening on the 15th of December. So we have decided that it would be best to invite the EAC from 2023 to also be included for the last EAC meeting, just for them to sit down and have some exposure in how typically and usually the meeting runs through. So a date will be set very soon. It has not been decided yet, but I will inform the EAC group about this. So for the last one also is that next year's vice president will also be briefed specifically about a lot of the educational policies and procedures, and also how they can educate the EAC committee right before when training happens. Because usually student life would provide trainings for academic misconduct procedures, but it would usually take time as they take place probably during the semester. So perhaps it's also better to prepare and have some general understanding of the procedures rather than waiting for the training to actually happen. So this will be briefed to the vice presidents of 2023 so that they have first-hand awareness. Okay, and for the next one on the item to be updated is the Monash merchandise website and the Monash merchandise brief to the 2023 publicity officers. So for those who do not know, and for those who knows, the Monash merchandise operations and responsibilities will be transferred to the publicity officer department. And so last night, I have met with the current publicity officers and one of the publicity officers from 2023 to provide developments on what has been happening with the Monash merchandise website, and just to have a general update also for everyone is that we have yet to meet with Student Life and have confirmation on which party will be managing the website, because from the latest development, they have said that there is a likelihood that management will be managing the website, but of course, this is done backhanded without our consultation, and therefore we need clarification with them on who will be managing the website. So we are still yet to have that confirmation, as they have not responded to our email and haven't anything. So we will give an update once we have the confirmation of our meeting. And the next one is, of course, during the briefing with the publicity officers for next year, we have briefed them on the general operations when it comes to merchandise such as product development, supply and searching, quotation gathering, and also merchandise pickups, and what has been what can be done well and what can improve based on this year's merchandise operations. And last item to be updated is the Monash Merchandise 2022, which is mainly handled by Chamatka. So if any one of you have any questions, I will try my best to answer them based on my understanding. But if it's a technical question, I will have to refer those questions to Chamatka. So the Monash T-shirt distributions has been finally completed. So all of them has been dispersed and collected from students who ordered them. But then of course there are some students who have not been able to collect them. So they were only able to collect them next semester, because we do not have available officers in our subcommittee department to be able to be there in the office and help them collect. And next item for the update for the merchandise of 2022 is that we have informed all students who have ordered the Monash 2022 varsity jacket that it will only arrive late December, and they have been given 4 options for the choice of collection or a choice of a way to move forward. This one is if they're not able to collect it, as they might go back to their own respective home countries, we're able to provide the option of refund. Second is, of course, we can provide delivery. The third option is that they can collect it during December, during the holidays. And the last one is probably January. Or the last one is to collect it next semester. And the last one on the update here is that 90% of students has expressed their preference via the provided Google form. So far, all refunds were processed, and the closing date for refund and delivery requests is 24th November 2022, Friday. After said date, no refunds, no deliveries will be processed. So I think that is all updated items for our business report. And if you have any questions from any of the items that is updated here, feel free to ask. But as for the Monash merchandise, most of the decisions has been made by Chamatka and the subcommittee merchandise officers in the subcommittee department. So I cannot give clarification or information on set dates or decisions. So does anyone have any question? Okay, going 5, going 4, going 3, going 2, going 1. So motion 3, acceptance of vice president's report accepted by
James.
Natalia.
Okay, I heard James first. Thank you, James.
Okay, so on to my department. Okay. All right, so General Secretary's department. So Certificates. So as you all know, at the end of your term, you all will receive a certificate for office bearer certificate, as well as your subcommittees will receive a certificate as well. So at this moment, what the General Secretary Department requires from all departments and divisions is for you to finalize your subcommittee list and subcommittee title, because that will be the one written on the certificate itself, and who we will be awarding a certificate to. As you all know, not every subcom will receive a certificate if they had previously exchanged or transferred, etc., right? Or if they have any other reasons that you might be able to justify why they are not receiving a certificate. But otherwise, it's a very simple task. So please get that done as soon as possible, else you will not receive your certificates, you yourself included. We will also be releasing a feedback survey, an end of term feedback survey for both subcommittees and office bearer. Basically, we will get to anonymously, your subcommittees will get to anonymously rate you and your partner. And for office bearers, you will get to rate other office bearers as well. And then for end of term responsibilities, as Don mentioned before, I'll be sending out a form in the first week of December. That's all. All right, that is all for me. Acceptance of General Secretary's report accepted by
Natalia.
Okay. Treasurers?
Okay, so as you all know, the fund tracker was closed on 13 November 2022, and all revisions should be made by 27 November 2022. And if no revision is made after the above date, the fund request will be automatically rejected because we will not have the time to finalize your fund request. And the second thing is to submit all the financial report and cash in advance report for all cash in advance requested for conciliation purposes. And the last one, we are in the midst of preparing the MUSA 2022 financial report to report this year's official spending. So is there any questions? Okay, I think there's no questions contributed by us. Motion 5, acceptance of treasurer's report accepted by
Natalia.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I'm next. All right, so we were approached by a group of students from the SMAP app startup for a potential collaboration. To summarize, SMAP is a platform aimed at allowing students to be informed about ongoing sport activities and club events happening nearby. With that, students will be able to find and join clubs and societies more easily, as well as be more engaged in their communities. The meeting was held this week on Monday, and although the idea sounds attractive, there are a lot of logistical problems such as the current EMS and booking systems. If the 2023 heads choose to pursue this idea, the app will act as an addition rather than as a substitute to all the current processes in place. The Monash Cup medals are currently in production and are expected to be completed by the end of the first week in December. When it comes to the end of year certs for all the clubs and societies, they will be distributed after 15th of December and before the end of the year. The Monash Club sponsorship report is expected to be completed and shared with the sponsors also by the end of the year. In terms of the club constitutions, we still have a few clubs who have not submitted them, but we are hoping to receive all of them by the end of the year, so the 2023 can start with a fresh constitutional base. And with the CNS 2023 committee recruitment, the newly elected heads are in the process of interviewing the potential candidates and expect to fill all the positions by the end of November, so that the current executives can train the new candidates throughout the December. All right, any questions? Okay. Motion number 6, acceptance of heads of CNS report accepted by
Natalia.
Thank you.
Okay, Natalia. Mois?
Kayla is gonna be really
Yes, do you mind
Okay.
sharing screen, please?
Yes.
Okay, guys, we don't actually have anything for November because we finished our MCN and the rest of our events already, so it's not much. But in terms of MOE Secretary, we have delivered certificates to the participants and the winners of this year's MCN. And feedback form will be distributed for our subcommittees and just to get more knowledge on what to improve for next year MOEs. And for treasurer's side, we have prepared the budget report for this year and closed the report alongside with the treasurers as well, I believe. For activities side, Krishna has already briefed the engagement ISO candidate on the general task of being an OB and guiding the future ISO as well, because we are changing our the structure of MOEs for next year. So that's done. In terms of media, we have actually achieved 490 more Instagram followers as November 29, 2022 compared to the January this year. So that's amazing. And in terms of welfare, we have delivered a personalized birthday cards. And yeah, that's all for our division for MOEs because it's not really a lot of events or any events at all actually this month. So yeah, setup of division department's report of MOEs is started by
Natalia.
Thank you, Leah.
Okay, next department. We move on to publicity.
Hi, can everyone hear me? Hello?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, so hi everyone, this is the publicity officer's report. So first things first is about the Monash Ball coverage. So throughout the Monash Ball event promotions, we have been closely working with the activities team to provide suggestions, improvements, and creative initiatives in an attempt to better the students' experiences and ensure that they are well informed about the relevant information. So in accordance to that, we do have several suggestions to provide to next year's activities department regarding the management of events, especially in terms of marketing. So first, as we saw at this year's Monash Ball, we recommend that the activities department collaborate closely with the publicity department from the start of the event planning setup, as a large event will necessitate extensive logistics and media planning. As a result, developing a good strategy to attract students is critical. Second, we recognize that there are some inconsistencies inside the announcements process of the Monash Ball, which some of them reflects lack of detail-oriented planning, therefore affected students' experience or perceptions towards the event and Musa partially. So we do appreciate activities department in promoting the inclusivity towards the nominations of Monash Duo. However, there were inconsistencies between the promoted materials, which is pamphlet, which might cause misunderstanding towards the students. The use of e-ticket. Our department were first notified that the students will receive an e-ticket and this information was relayed to the students through Instagram DM. However, we were later informed that there were already printed tickets 12 days before the event, which caused a confusion among the students and affected our operation team. So to sum up, we do believe that the consistent release of information is very crucial, and to improve the situation, we should have an early discussion towards all the promotional materials. So next is going to be continued by Shen. Thank you.
So the publicity and have also collaborated with Manga for the inter-campus test competition, and it's called the My Campus Visual Diary sneak peek into campus life video. And we have posted the post on Instagram on 10 November and 15 November respectively. It was well received as we received multiple entries in a matter of 30 minutes and the following weeks. We are in the process of waiting for the funds from the treasurers to proceed with the purchase of prizes. And since this is an inter-campus contest, there will be promotional activities done for this contest as well, such as Instagram promotional stories and mass email directed towards other universities. And the promotional stories will be done as soon as we receive the funds from the treasurers. And the mass email consisting of the promotional materials of this contest will be sent out to other universities soon. And for the shadowing period, currently we are in the process of providing the logistics to our successors. And throughout the shadowing period, we receive a lot of ideas and improvements for the next term. So we'll be doing a lot of that. And next is subcommittee t-shirt. We sincerely apologize for the delays of the subcom t-shirts, as our vendors are currently facing a shortage of manpower, which affected the production in general. So the estimation date of arrival is by the end of November. Any questions? If there are no questions, acceptance of publicity officer's report accepted by
Sean.
Earlier.
Sean, I hear that first. Thank you.
Okay, next department. Welfare.
All right, can you all see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, great. Hi everyone. So short report today. Basically, so far, Musa Welfare is working on improving mental health resource and accessibility for Monash LGBTQIA+ community in collaboration with Ensemble. So they have approached us with suggestions to be made to Monash Counseling, Health and Wellness, which we have brought up to them already, and we are awaiting the reply from them. So yeah, that's that. Also, there will be new board games and card games that will be upgraded in the student lounge. We've already purchased them already and will be not free for students to use, but will be able to be given for the students to use next year during the launch. Also, sports equipment also upgraded. More updates on this will be given soon, and as we bring in more of these upgrades. So yeah, short report today. So anyone has any questions so far? All right.
Jasper, you didn't include the Nescafe one.
The Nescafe. Yes. Okay. I'll add it in later, but just to let everyone know. Sorry for excluding that. FM has approached us to inform us about 2 new vendors. One of them, which is the Nescafe pop-up booth, which is selling coffee. And another one would be like a Japanese pop-up booth as well. A Japanese food pop-up booth. Yeah, we have already relayed what we have thought about that to FM. So yeah, just to let everyone know what's the update on that. Yep. Okay. Is there any questions from anyone?
Did you respond about the vending machines already as well?
Yes, have responded as well.
Okay,
so
thanks.
all's good with that. Okay. If there's no questions, motion 10, acceptance of welfare officers report accepted by
Rush.
Okay, I heard Rashwan, was it? Okay. Thanks, Rashwan.
Okay, women's officers. Yanis or Aoi?
Yep, hold on, yeah.
Yep.
Brandon, is it okay if you can share? I'm not sure why I'm having trouble sharing my
Yes.
screen. Sorry. Thank you.
No worries. Yeah.
Right, thank you, Brandon. So here's the women's officers report. So first thing is that we want to inform everyone here that the Women's Officers Department has officially completed all the events that we had for the term for the year 2022. And in conjunction with this, the department is planning to post a subcommittee introduction post on IG to acknowledge and appreciate everyone's hard work for the Women's Officer Department. And the department is also planning to have an appreciation gathering with our subcommittee members to not only thank them for their incredible work, but also to receive feedback for further improvements in the future. And furthermore, the shadowing period has been carried for the 2023 women's officers. All the responsibilities have been taught to the 2023 officers and their job scope as well. Necessary advice may be given as we continue to ensure the quality of their work next year for the term 2023. And yep, that's all for our report. Is there any questions? Okay, if no questions, then motion 11, acceptance of women's officers report accepted by.
John.
Thank you.
Okay, editors.
Okay, hello. Guys hear me?
Hello. Yes.
Jingwei is not around today, so I'll be presenting our report. Brendan, do you mind sharing screen?
Yes, I can.
Thank you.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, so as mentioned earlier by publicity officers, we're having a collaboration with them, which is the My Campus Visual Diary, which is an inter-campus photography contest for students to look back and reminisce their most memorable moments on campus, as well as the sneak peek into My Campus Life, which is another inter-campus videography contest for students to showcase snippets of their campus life. For further elaboration, of course, you can look at the publicity officer's report. Secondly, is the Monga 2022 mega issue. So the physical copy of this year's magazine is officially in the works. Our graphic design team is currently working on all the designs, and the content is scheduled to be finalized by the 12th of December. And this is another gentle reminder from the editors that we would please like to collect last words from all OBs by the 25th of November. Chaiting, do you have any requirements as to the length of their last words? Jira. Okay, if Chaiting isn't here to say anything, we'll probably just let you guys know. And then magazine pre-order and collection dates. The magazine pre-order will be announced on the 28th of November, and on-campus collection dates will be taking place on the 17th of January, the 7th of February, and the first week of semester 1, 2023. I believe on-campus collection will take place in our office, if I'm not wrong. So yes, that's it. So motion 12, acceptance of editor's report accepted by
Alia.
Thank you.
Okay. 9.
I didn't get to ask question. The editor side, right? We'll need to discuss you guys on how to pay for the magazines. Make sure you schedule a meeting with me and treasurers on that ASAP.
Wait. I think actually I asked Jingwei about this earlier. Hold on, yeah. Wait. Because I was caught with a lot of things. Give me a second, yeah.
Jingwei has submitted the invoice and DO to me.
Thank you.
For the magazines, but they now
Yeah.
haven't even started production, right?
Yeah, but the invoice and DO has been sent.
Okay, and we're doing advance payment or what?
Yes, 50% advance payment and 50% after delivery.
Cannot do 50% after delivery, because if you do 50% after delivery, half of that amount will drag on to next year's budget. You have to do 100% delivery prepayment.
Yeah, if it drags on to next year's budget, that's gonna very much impact manga's budget next year.
And I said again already, the budget drags on to next year, and that will take a hit from editor's budget. So if you're only planning to produce half of magazines this year next year, then it needs to be sorted out ASAP.
Okay, let me talk to Jingwei about this. Because I thought when I messaged her about this, she said that it was already everything clarified already, but never mind. We'll arrange a meeting with you lah.
Thanks.
Okay, no problem.
Okay. You guys do that. All right, 9, are you here?
Yes, sir. Hi, guys.
All right, go ahead.
All right, just a few updates. SAS merch, almost all merch affairs are complete, other than we're waiting for the supplier to notify us on the missing L-sized hoodies, because that wasn't delivered. In terms of the treasurers, financial reports are all complete and have all been submitted. And other than that, the newly elected representatives are gradually being handed over responsibilities in order with the handover period. So yeah, basically that's it. Thanks, guys. Questions? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Acceptance of Arts and Social Sciences representatives report accepted by
Natalia.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, School of Business.
All right. So for the School of Business, the first one is the SOB Setu Giveaway 2022. So the winners has been selected and they will receive their Grab vouchers tomorrow by 1 p.m. sharp. And then for the SOB female interim, as you guys know earlier, Carolyn is the official interim for 2023. And then for the shadow period, the current SOB and the future SOB representative has been placed in a group chat. And the shadowing period has already commenced with any inquiries in relation to the SOB role and to be asked and resolved within the groups for to prepare the 2023 term. So that's it. Any questions? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Motion for the acceptance of School of Business representative report accepted by
Brandon. Sorry, Sean, you're
Thank
not
you,
allowed to accept
Brandon.
your own report. That's weird. Okay, engineering has already presented, IT has presented, so we will finish off with medicine, science, and pharmacy. Okay, medicine. Maria?
Yes, hello. Right, so good evening, everybody. Let's make it short and quick. First, about the SMHS merchandise. We managed to finally get the shirts printed. They've arrived. Some students haven't yet received their merch. They haven't collected it, but soon, hopefully. We've created a new form, Sales 2.0, and that's going swimmingly. And secondly, Med Night ran on Sunday. The 20th, same day as the Monash ball. It was very exciting, very fun, very posh, and it went very well. All right, that's all. Any questions? Yes, no. Accepted by
Natalia.
Megan.
Okay. Pharmacy.
Yep, thanks, Brennan. I think I'll be sharing the screen. Is that okay? All right.
Yes, go ahead.
For that. All right, hi guys, I'm James from School of Pharmacy. So just a few updates, but there's one important update to all the pharmacy students here. So first, we have a gift box for exclusively prepared for year 4 in conjunction of graduation. And in just a few weeks, we are doing a collaboration with MMPA and MUFAS, which is Monash University Pharmacy Society, for our SOB Mingle Night. So this is our first ever collaboration with MMPA Club, where students, alumni, and lecturers meet and have interactive activities together. And it will be held at Monash Sports Center with an emphasis on retro Hollywood feel. And a few of the highlights of the events are buffet, photo booth, performances, and game. And yeah, so the third point that I want to mention here is very important, as it has been a main concern to the pharmacy students here. So it's about SSLC matter that we have brought out during the 4th SSLC meeting. It is about students complain on a lecturer. So I'll be talking a bit more about this. I think some of the students have joined in as well. So just to give you guys a feedback, so Dr. Satya Maran is thought to have conveyed and taught inaccurate information during this unit, which is PHR 2142 in cardiovascular lectures, which have profoundly affected students' learning, progress, and understanding. According to some students' verbal feedback, this issue tails back to as early as semester 1 last year in the PHR 1031, How the Body Works, which has yet to be resolved. Hence, Janice and I, we decided to raise this issue during the SSLC. And after the SSLC, as requested by the chair of the SSLC, who is Dr. Mark, a survey was requested. So we conducted a survey in collaboration with the class representative. And these are the overall statistic that we have found out. So on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, 92.8% of respondents rated 1 to 4 for their level of satisfaction on Dr. Satya's teaching throughout semester 2, 2022. And we also sought written feedback as well, which corroborated the rating as stipulated in section 3.31. So this issue has been escalated to Dr. Mark Chong Long, who is the chair of the SSLC, and also the deputy head of school, alongside Ms. Shaswani Shaharuddin, the unit coordinator. And right now, the update for you guys is that the school representative, Janice and I, will be meeting with Dr. Mark on the 29th to discuss the viable options to resolve the issue, so as to prevent this issue from recurring in the future. And we will seek to update all of you during the next MSC. And yep, that's all from School of Pharmacy. So motion 18, acceptance of School of Pharmacy representative report accepted by
Natalia.
All right, thanks, Natalia.
Okay, James, can you just share a screen for the last one?
Sure.
Science, you can go down.
Okay, hello. Scroll down, please.
All right.
Okay, thank
Wait.
you.
All right.
Okay, so SADU giveaway, we decided on 15 students as winners, and it was randomly chosen using a generator. They have already received their Grab vouchers. It has been sent out on the 18th of November. Then we also had a meeting with the 2023 SOS reps to introduce them formally to SOS EMO, so they are aware of who they're going to be working with for the next year. And that's all for School of Science report. So report accepted by
Natalia.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Natalia. And thank you everyone for, I know it's Thursday and tomorrow's not a public holiday, so I really apologize everyone for keeping you here that long.
Photo.
Okay, one photo before we leave.
Yay.
Guys, remember Monday's a public holiday, as Kayla mentioned. For those of you who are working. Okay.
Okay, on your cameras,
On
guys.
camera, guys. There's only so many of us here. Come on.
Only 23 people this time round.
Yeah.
That's it.
No, 'cause everyone's very busy and it's a working day tomorrow. Nice to see that Jeremy and Stephanie stayed. Thank you guys for staying. Stephanie, I think you sound very familiar, Stephanie. I feel like I've seen you commented on a lot of like confessions posts. Because I remember, is it you?
Yes.
Because I remember thinking this person shares the same name
Uh-oh.
as like my marketing lecturer. Like there's a lecturer in marketing also.